Now we are going to build something like a Jupyter notebook for PHP in PHP, where we can write and execute code in small parts interactively. All I have here is an index.php. For now, this is just the HTML base of how I want this to look with some basic CSS. As you can see, there is nothing special. Now let's run the PHP server to see what we have. PHP localhost 8000. And it's started. This is how our basic HTML CSS looks like. There is no functionality to it yet. We want to be able to write code in the text area, and when we click on the run, see the output of the code. So let's start the JavaScript part. Here I want to use jQuery, so I include this here. When the document is loaded, I want to add a listener on my run button. Because we are going to create multiple sections dynamically, this way even will work on the newly generated buttons as well. Let's get the code that user writes and also get the output section. Right now the output is not showing, but after the execution, to show the result, we will show it. We want to send the data to back where we can work on it with PHP. So let's use a simple Ajax. URL would be execute.php, which we will create in a bit. And we will post the data, and as the content of our post request, we will send the code that the user has written. If there was any error, we will show it here in the output. And for the success, let's show the output of the code. If the last block is not empty, we want to create a new block for the user so they can write more code. So now let's create the function isLastCodeBlock empty and add new code block. For isLastCodeBlock, we are just simply checking if the last text area is empty or not and return true or false. And for add new code block, we are adding a base code block. This is exactly what we already have above. We are done here in the JavaScript part. Now let's do the magic in PHP. Let's create an execute.php file. First, we need to capture the code submitted from the user. We can do it by getting the code value from the post variable. Since all the codes are connected to each other and each code block might hold only part of the block, we want to make sure to keep track of the state. We can do it by storing the state in a simple JSON file. So let's get the content if it already exists. If the content is empty, then we just set the state to an empty array. JSON and array are holding the data as key value pairs. We want to convert it to PHP, so the key would be the variable and the value would be the value of the variable. We can do this magical thing with the help of extract function, which is a built-in function and does exactly that. It imports the variable from an array into the current symbol table. So you can directly use those variables in your code. Now that everything is all set, we need to execute the code. We begin output buffering, which allows us to capture everything that is output of the code. For example, echo statements. Then execute the code with eval function. Then with ob-getClean, we retrieve the output and clean the buffer. And we store the result in output variable. So now that we have executed the code, the variables might have changed and the new variables might have been added. So we need to update the state. First, we need to get all the currently defined variables and their values with getDefinedVars function. Inside these variables, it will also have the code. So let's remove it to make sure it wouldn't store that in the state. Otherwise, it wouldn't run the updated code. We can do it by onset. And now let's merge the state and the newly declared vars. Let's store them all in our JSON file. Finally, let's echo the output of the code. Now let's see if everything is working. Here I write this code. X equals to 2, y equals to 10, and z equals to x plus y. And I want to echo the result of z. I expect to get 12. Perfect. When I click on run, it shows me the output and adds a new code block so I could write more code. So let's see if the state is working. Echo z plus 10. Z was defined in the last code block. Now I expect to get 22. But as you can see, this code block haven't defined Z, and I expect it to get from the state, which was the result of the last code block run. And perfect, it shows 22, which means our state is also working. It's amazing. Let's take a look at our state.json file. As you can see, it has added everything here. X is 2, Y is 10, and Z is 12. It had the X and Y and Z from the first block and saved it in the state. That's why when I run Z plus 10, it knows the value of Z and this just works fine. Isn't it amazing? The actual PHP code that does all the magic is less than 30 lines of code, and we get this powerful notebook. Enjoy coding.